How's it going, guys? In this video we're going to talk about the gear that I use to record these motorcycle videos. Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about the gear that I use to record videos, both on and off the bike. And my main focus will be the gear that I use to record video on the bike, because I think that's what you guys will be most interested in. But before we get into that, I just want to quickly talk about what I'm using right now. And this is the Fuji X-H1 with a 16-55 2.8 lens. And this is actually my first time using this camera for a video. Prior to this, all my other videos were filmed on the Olympus OMD EM1, but moving forward, everything will be on this camera. For audio, what I'm using is the Zoom F1 field recorder. And this is a really cool audio tool that's got a lot of functionality and versatility. I'm not going to cover most of what it can do in this video, but I'll just talk about the highlight features. There's a few different ways that you can use this. You can use it like any other video mic, like a Rode video mic, that you put on top of your camera, and it just operates like a microphone and feeds audio into the camera. But it also has an integrated audio recorder, just like Zoom's other field recorders. So it can record audio internally to its own SD card at much higher bit rates and higher qualities than most cameras are capable of recording. So what that lets you do is actually set up the recorder in a location different than the camera, and it's still recording audio to itself. It can also record redundant audio if you have it on top of the camera, where it's recording to the SD card as well as into the camera. On top of that, you can actually change the microphone capsules on the front of the recorder. So mine came with a shotgun mic, which is good for this type of video work, but you can actually replace it with a variety of other different microphone capsules. So for example, if I'm recording live music or something like that, where I want to get a nice stereo sound, I'll use a stereo microphone capsule. And then last, you can use it as a lav mic, which is how I'm using it right now. So again, because it's its own audio recorder, it can just record audio into itself, and I have a lav mic plugged in, and that's what I'm using for audio for this video. Alright, so for recording video on the bike, I use two different cameras. The first is a Sony X3000, and the second is a GoPro Hero 5 Black. I use the Sony just as a helmet camera, and I've got a video up here that shows the details about how I have it set up and some of the modifications that I've made. But there's a few reasons why I really like this Sony as a helmet camera. The first is the form factor. It's nice and thin, so it has a really compact shape on the helmet as opposed to the GoPro, which sits a little bit wider. The second is that it has really good optical image stabilization, so you get really smooth video. And then last but not least, it has a microphone jack, which is something that GoPro still doesn't have. If you want to use a microphone with a GoPro, you need an expensive bulky adapter, whereas with the Sony, you can just plug a mic right into the back. So I have this set up on my Shoei GT Air with the Sony helmet mount kit. This is really convenient. There's just a sticky mount right on the helmet, and then this buckles right in, and the camera slides into this housing. And one thing that I like about this setup is that all of the adjustments, in terms of aiming the camera, are locked in with this housing. So I can take the camera out, use it for other things, and then just slide it back into place, and I don't need to re-aim the camera to make sure it's pointed where I want it. Inside the helmet, I have a Rode Smart Lav Plus, and that's the microphone. And like I mentioned, it just plugs into the back of this camera. The Smart Lav Plus is compatible with smartphones, so it has a slightly different style of plug. Oops. Now I'm recording with this. Anyway, so I just use this little adapter and plug the Smart Lav into this, and then this just plugs into the back of the camera. The Sony camera also comes with a live view remote, which can show you a live view of what the camera is actually seeing. And I use a RAM mount that bolts into the clutch lever to actually mount this so that it's always accessible when I'm riding, and I can use this to start and stop my video, as well as turn the camera on and off. My only complaint is that the Wi-Fi connection between the camera and this remote can be spotty sometimes, and it also takes quite a while, if the camera is off, for you to be able to turn it on, for it to connect, and then for it to actually start recording. So if you see something and the camera's off and you want to start recording quickly, it might take 30 seconds for everything to connect and start recording, and by that time, whatever it is that you wanted to record may already be behind you. So that's really my only frustration with this thing. So the other camera, like I mentioned, is the GoPro Hero 5 Black, and I just use this to add a second camera angle to the video, so you're not just seeing helmet video all the time. And there's a few different accessories that I use to be able to mount this on different spots on the bike. And I've had a lot of bad experiences with third-party GoPro accessories. They're bad quality, they're not made well, they're flimsy, just all kinds of problems. So there are two things that I've found that I'm really happy with, and so I want to share those with you. The first is actually also made by Ram Mount, which is a company that makes excellent quality products. And they have a thing that clips right into a GoPro sticky mount and then has a ball arm extension and then the GoPro mount on top. So I can clip this at various locations on the bike, and I'll show you everywhere that I have a GoPro mount where I can put this, and then you have flexibility with this ball mount so that you can kind of move it around and angle it in different ways. And this is a really solid mount, and I've had no issues with this. I also use this clamp mount made by Small Rig, and I have, it's a tripod adapter, but then you can put a GoPro adapter on top of that. And I'll have links to all this stuff down in the description. But basically this just has a clamp, so you can clamp it on different parts of the bike. But the area where I typically use this is on the left side frame slider, and it gives you kind of a nice low angle of view. And then same thing like with the GoPro mount, the Ram mount, it's got a ball arm extension so you can make adjustments to where the camera is angled. And the other thing that I typically bring with me is a small tripod, and these are handy just because you can put a camera on it and use it as a handle, or you can set it up anywhere that you want to record off the bike. And then something like this Gorillapod is really nice. If you want to set this up on the side of the road to get some video of the motorcycles driving by, you can attach this to anything. So if it's a guardrail or a tree, whatever, or a fence, you can just clamp this onto anything, get the camera set up with the angle that you want, and then get the shot that you want. So these are pretty handy to carry. So like I mentioned, I have a few of these GoPro sticky mounts mounted on various spots on the bike, and generally I try to keep them pretty inconspicuous, so they're not very noticeable. But this is the most prominent one right here at the top of the windscreen. But this gives me two different ways to use the GoPro. So using this Ram mount, we can just clip this in here, and it gives you sort of a selfie view. It's looking back at you. Obviously you're not going to be able to get audio from this inside your helmet, but you can record your helmet camera to use that audio if you want to actually talk to the camera but have this camera looking at you. The other way that you can use it is to flip it around and angle it forward, and then you're getting a nice first-person view on the bike. And this is a cool view because it doesn't show any of the rest of the bike, but it does move with the bike. So as you're riding on twisty roads and leaning into corners, the camera has a lot of nice motion to it because it's actually dipping into corners along with the bike. I've also got a few sticky mounts on the back of the bike, and there's one mounted here on the rear fender, and so this can just clip in like that. And this is a really cool way to get a follow cam, so especially if you have other people riding with you and they're riding behind you, that's a great way to get that kind of follow footage. I also have sticky mounts on both saddlebags, and the way you can use these is put the camera here, and if you put it into a wide angle of view, then you'll get footage of you on the bike as well as scenery to either side. And then down here on the left side of the bike, on this frame slider, this is where I keep the Small Rig clamp mount, and this is just a cool place to be able to put the GoPro because it gives you a really nice low perspective, captures the right side of the bike, as well as a really good view of the road. Alright guys, so now let's take a ride down to Detroit and see what these different camera angles look like. Sometimes there's police cars like just parked in this tunnel. It's kind of weird. Yeah, there they are. crossing a bridge over to Belle Isle, which is a small state park. It's a little island between Detroit and Canada.